All right, hello YouTube. We're going to see if this works any better. The other night I showed you a video of my Touratech to hold my Garmin Zumo on my Harley. Yeah, this is not a BMW. This is a Harley Fat Boy. Press that little button. Now, take my Garmin, set the Zumo in it. Lock it into place. There is a key lock on this side. I can lock it to where you can't open that to get it out. Any of you guys who've ridden the BMWs, especially the GS 1200s, I mean the R1200 GS, will notice they have these Touratech mounts to put your Zumo in, your GPS. Well, Harley makes them for their street glides, road glides, electric glides, all of those things, but they don't make a GPS mount for any other Harley. So I thought, well, I had a ball mount just like this one, and I spread this open and put my cell phone in there. I have a little wire that runs from the cell phone down to the cigarette lighter and a USB, and I can turn that on. Well, I have my Garmin hardwired into that, so I can charge my phone. I can plug in a cigarette lighter for anything I want to. I can have my phone over here run through my headset. But you don't want to have a GPS over here on this side. And if you'll notice, this ball mount mounts right here into these two bolts that hold this unit on. You've seen them. I took this one off because I had my GPS mounted over here, and the other day I was riding and I was looking over here at my GPS and looking back because there was a road I was looking for, and when I looked over here, the car in front of me slammed on the brakes and I almost ran up their tail. So I have my GPS right. I'm driving, there's my GPS. I have to move my head, I can just tilt my eyes down and I can see my GPS. So I bought this Touratech mount. It's about $180. It's a pretty neat little thing. Reach under here, push that, this comes up. You can reach back in here and press that and take your GPS out. You can put it in your car. It has a mount for the car as well. You can take this, pop it in here, and rain guard. Okay, I can reach through and unlock my little bag. So I made a video the other night of one that I had on here. Sorry about my fingers there. But it was too low and I couldn't reach through. I was having to reach over here and do all this to get to my bag. So I went today and bought some angle iron, actually some aluminum. Now I'm going to pause this for just a second till I get up. Okay, here we go back. Now, if you'll notice, this whole mount mounts through this bolt. I'm going to come around this side. You can see this bolt goes all the way across. It's actually some round stock and a bolt and nut through it. And the GPS unit bolts onto it with those. Holds it pretty steady. They make the ball mounts, but I already had a ball mount here. I didn't want it there. I wanted it here. Well, if you own, I don't know, a BMW, a KTM, a lot of the off-road bikes, the Africa Twin, Touratech makes all these mounts right here that go into your risers, or they come across from this bar to that bar where they bar, and you put it on there. Nobody makes anything for Harley. Nothing. So I bought them out. I said I'll make some risers. Now under the risers, you see I have some 1-inch shims. I got these at Lowe's. It's a 3/8 inch bolt, an M8 bolt that goes down through here and locks down your risers to keep your steering handle, your handlebars from, slopping around. That's what holds your handlebars into place. So this piece of metal that goes down and then angles 90 degrees. There's 2 bolts. They are 3/8 inch bolts. Try and find a piece of angle iron that angles and comes up this high is damn near impossible. So I went to a welding shop where they fabricate all kind of stuff, and they had some, it's like a 2x6, like a 2x4, but it's hollow, and it's aluminum, and it's really, really thick. I said, cut me off a 3-inch sheet of that, because I needed this to be about 3 inches wide. It's actually about 2.5 inches wide. And then I cut it up into an angle, drilled a hole through here. There's them 2 holes. I drilled a hole here for come out my wire with a little clamp. And I cut that bar stock in that 2x6 in half and utilized it and made me a riser mount. So you can see I got some wires dangling on this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 spacer shims, and I had to get some riser bolts, longer riser bolts. The ones that I had were like 1 3/4. These are 3.5, and this is a 1-inch riser. Brings this piece right here up off of these riser hold downs, and mounted these up. I took a piece of round bar stock right here, ran a 3/8 inch bolt through it, and then bolted my mounting bracket onto it. Okay, well that was fun. I didn't realize my cell phone battery died. Anyway, to show you the 2x6 bar stock that I bought. It's like a 2x4, except it's hollow. Yeah, I know I shouldn't drill that down anyway. Just pretend this is squared. Big old long piece of bar stock aluminum, 2 inches high by 6 inches long. I had them cut me off a 3-inch piece, and I put it in the vise, and I took a hacksaw, and because I'm a travel nurse, I don't have all of my tools with me, so I did this hacksaw. I cut from here all the way across to here. This all's gone, left for this 3-inch piece here, and then I cut from here all the way back to there, and it left me with 2 pieces like this. The other piece would have went like that. Okay. Drill the 2 3/8 inch holes down here for your riser bolts to go into, and then 1 hole 3/8 inch hole here, which goes across to the other piece, which is identical to this but reversed. A 1-inch, I think it's a 1/2 inch bar stock tubing that bracket bolts onto, and then I run a 3/8 inch bolt all the way through. So, pardon my drawing, but it's going to be like that. And yeah, I'm freehanding this. Anyway, this bolts all the way across to there, and then there's two more holes here for the other side, and your bar, like I said, goes across. These need to mirror each other so that everything's straight. And then the Touratech GPS bracket has 2 little brackets in the back that bolt onto the bar, and that holds it up. I raised it up almost 6 inches, probably about 5 inches, to where I could reach my hand through here and reach the lock on my little tool bag on the windscreen. The wiring come out, and I attached a little clamp right here to hold the wiring from chafing. But these 4 bolts are your riser bolts. Like I said, I had a 1-inch shims underneath them to raise them up off of the risers, because there's no way they would work without doing it that way. And that's pretty much what I did. It's a really neat system. It locks your GPS unit onto the bike. It puts it right dead in front of your face where you can see it, as it's in the center and not out on your handlebar grips where you have to turn your head to look at them. Pretty nifty, if you ask me. I do say so myself. And also, if you want to like cut these up and round them, make them thinner, you can do that like I did. Works a lot better if you have some kind of a table saw. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I was hacksawing the crap out of that stuff today. But anyway, that's what I did. Here's the last end of it. You saw the pictures of it. That's your handlebars come up out of that. And it's a neat little system. Works really well. And it puts my GPS up in my line of sight. So all I have to do is just tilt my eyeballs down, and I can see the GPS, and don't really have to take my eyes off the road anymore. Kind of a safety thing. So any of you guys up there with Harleys want to put a GPS up, and of course you know with the GPS today, they show your speed. You can put your speed up there and make it bigger, and use that as a speedometer, so you don't have to keep looking down. Anything that helps keep your eyes on the road, I think, is a great safety feature that will help you from running up somebody's butt. Anyway, that's all I got. This is Cornholio. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good evening. Bye.